On Nightline, Vegas dream. Multi-million-dollar mansions at prices slashed almost in half. An elevator, this 10-car garage, that view of the Strip. Or house hunting with the jet set. Is this your moment to make the deal of a lifetime? Wildlife in peril. What may be the most catastrophic spill since the Exxon Valdez remains out of control. And now we see the first signs of an ecosystem on the brink. It's a dramatic dispatch from this historic oil disaster. Plus, the thrill of the new. From a boombox and Say Anything to the modern family's iPhone.
Say anything.
Progress these days happens overnight. Why the next big thing has already arrived in tonight's Sign of the Time.
From the global resources of ABC News, with Martin Bashir and Cynthia McFadden in New York City and Terry Moran in Washington. This is Nightline, April 30th, 2010.
Good evening, I'm Terry Moran, and we begin tonight with real estate and more encouraging signs of a market on the rebound. The most recent home prices actually show an uptick in America's big cities, while foreclosures are trending downward. Make no mistake, there are right now some huge deals out there, and perhaps nowhere are the discounts on display deeper than in Las Vegas. Chris Conley traveled to Sin City in style for tonight's Realty Check.
He may be an A-list movie star, commanding up to $20 million a picture. But in real estate, Nick Cage has been giving new meaning to the term bankable. In December, the bank foreclosed on this Las Vegas mansion. It reportedly sold for $3.5 million less than Cage paid for it. This home in New Orleans and this one in Bel Air also met with foreclosure. And he's not alone, says real estate broker Ken Loman.
Yeah, I would say right now the foreclosures are really hitting the luxury market hard. We're kind of taking the brunt of it. But a lot of these people were a little bit more affluent and they had more reserves to hold out. But with this recession dragging on, a lot of them have run out of resources.
At the same time, there are signs that real estate is climbing up from its bottom at last and is getting the long dormant attention of some buyers.
We're starting to see some early signs that it might be stabilizing because the values have brought buyers back into the market.
Now, banks and brokers are exploring new and inventive ways to attract eligible buyers to get an up-close and personal peek at big-ticket homes. So, a Monday morning in Long Beach, California, finds these men about to do just that, some 55 minutes away in Nevada.
We'll also take care of anything else that you need.
Great, fantastic.
Have a great trip, guys.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
These businessmen from Orange County are ready to look at foreclosed properties in the Las Vegas area. To get them there, Jet Suite Air and Ken Loman are flying them in a private jet for free.
What makes that a smart move for your business right now?
Well, my clients are the affluent buyers. They're used to luxury. They're used to being pampered. And we have some great values out here in the marketplace, and a lot of buyers don't really know about them. And this is kind of a way to entice them to come out and take a look at the values here in the marketplace.
They land at the airport in the Las Vegas suburb of Henderson, where on the tarmac, a stretch limo awaits, also supplied gratis.
Somebody's out there saying, you know, a guy who can buy a home that's like $4 million, he can probably afford a ticket on a plane and afford his own limo and stuff. Why is it a good idea to fly him out on a private jet?
Well, I think it's the awareness. If they have the opportunity to fly in on a private jet and then see the values that we have offered, then all of a sudden they become a buyer. The wealthy, the affluent, they still have money. And the last thing they want to do is go through security. You know, how long was your wait in security today?
Right, that's perfect. You're just right.
The sales pitch begins inside a gated community with 13,000 square feet of brand new house. Built on spec, lost to the bank, and never lived in. Originally priced at $6.2 million, now offered at $4.9 million.
It's a nice courtyard fireplace here for outdoor entertaining. And I love this door. Look at this beautiful decorative iron glass door. It's probably about 14 feet tall there. And walk in, this is hand-cut crystal above and Brazilian hardwood cherry floors. And then you immediately see right through to the golf course.
The kitchen has a built-in cappuccino maker, and there's a big garage.
When you look at a foreclosed home like this one, what kind of things are you looking for?
The finish, the layout, the flow. Sometimes it's easier to see a home that's furnished. Sometimes it's easier to see a home that's unfurnished. They all have a little bit different flavor to them.
Of course, having an elevator that works might be nice too.
We might want to take the stairs if it's going to move that slow.
But upstairs, this bedroom looks big enough for the entire Gosselin family.
You know, I showed this home to one family, and they said the master bedroom was about as big as their home in Laguna Beach.
Size, it's got that, but there's construction out back too. So it's on to the next place. Once priced at $2.5 million, now down to $1.9 million.
Just over 5,000 square feet, 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath. And there again is the effect where you're looking right out to the golf course. The great opportunity for the buyer is that many of these homes are literally half off, and in many cases they're below replacement cost. A lot of these homes couldn't be built for the price that the banks are selling them for.
Half off.
Half off from our market peak, yes.
Wow. It's kind of staggering a little bit, isn't it?
It is.
It's homey, but it might need some freshening up. So Ken Lohman decides to release the Kraken, this $10 million House-a-Palooza, a 15,000 square foot fantasy with all the luxury trimmings, now available for $6 million and change. Ken's visitors are intrigued.
This strikes me as a fun house.
Yeah.
You know, it just feels good. Part of it's got a big yard, entertaining area with the views from all the rooms.
This is the backside of Red Rock State Park.
So the talk turns to highest end amenities, like the wine cellar.
It's a pretty good size for a wine cellar. You could probably get 2,000 bottles.
And the 10-car garage, whose driveway wouldn't scrape a delicate chassis.
A lot of times driveways are too steep for exotics.
Like Ferraris and Lamborghinis, exactly. That one is not too steep.
It's the one-of-a-kind property these savvy buyers have been looking for.
For what's here, do you like the price?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, it's the best price that we've talked about.
Ken Lohman goes for it all.
So this is the point in time where you either decide to buy a house or I send you back on a bus instead of a jet.
What kind of bus?
Only they're not ready to commit just yet.
Can't thank you very much.
After a goodbye at the airport, it's back on the private jet, so these businessmen can be back at their desks before the day is done.
There's champagne on ice.
Goodness.
Oh, we didn't close the deal, no champagne.
No sale as yet, but Ken Lohman views their trip to Vegas as a success, as he looks for buyers for the big-ticket homes only a few can afford.
Given the reaction you just heard, do you think your money and time were well spent in terms of bringing them here?
You know, I do. It's always a risk when you do marketing, but you have to spend money to get the word out and tell the world these beautiful properties are for sale.
I'm Chris Conley for Nightline in Los Angeles.
Rolling the dice on a real estate jackpot in Vegas. Thanks to Chris Connolly for that. When we come back, we're going to turn the page. We've got a